Hi friends, brothers and sisters, I am Anya and welcome to Pathways of Hope. Today's Gospel comes from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 17, verses 9a to 13. And here we see Jesus answer a question from his disciples. His disciples ask him, why do the scribes say that Elijah must come first? So they're talking about the coming of the Messiah, or that it would be a sign of the coming of the Messiah. And it's actually quite interesting to first see the context of this question. In our gospel, it says that they are coming down from the mountain. This mountain is actually the mountain where Jesus was transfigured. So these disciples just witnessed Jesus in the glory of God, standing beside Moses and Elijah. So, the disciples are probably thinking, we just saw Elijah, and I remember this thing that the scribes said about Elijah, that would be a sign of the coming of Christ. Is that the same sign? They're asking Jesus this. But Jesus teaches his disciples that Elijah has already come. He says, Elijah will indeed come and restore all things. But I tell you that Elijah has already come. Later on, the disciples understand that Jesus is actually talking about John the Baptist. And so how does John fulfill this role of Elijah? So Elijah was prophesied to come and restore all things. And John's role was actually already said and sung about even during his birth. When he was born, his father Zechariah sang these lines, and I read from Luke 1, verses 76 to 77. Zechariah sings, "And you, child, shall be called the prophet of the Most High, for you will go before the Lord to prepare his way, to give his people knowledge of salvation by the forgiveness of all their sins." So John's role was already given to him when he was born, to prepare the way of the Lord, to come and restore all things. John is the coming of Elijah. Jesus continues that the scribes did not recognize him, but did to him whatever they pleased. So also will the Son of Man suffer at their hands. And so this is how the disciples realized that Jesus is talking about John, because the scribes had John killed. They didn't recognize him as Elijah. They turned him into Herod, and Herod had him killed. They did to him whatever they pleased. So how is this all relevant to us now? Now, in this season of Advent, we are waiting for the second coming of Christ and also preparing to celebrate his first coming on Christmas Day. So let's not be blind the way the scribes were blind. Let's keep our eyes open towards ways that we can prepare the way of the Lord, or how it has already been prepared. Just like John, we too can prepare the way of the Lord. We can spread the news, the good news that salvation is here and that forgiveness of sins is possible. But we can also help ourselves prepare the way of the Lord into our own hearts, to prepare ourselves by remembering that salvation is at hand through Jesus, and that we too have sins that are in need of forgiveness and of grace. To my Catholic brothers and sisters, if you have the chance to hear confession this Advent, I highly encourage you to do so, because it's a chance for us to prepare ourselves for the coming of Christ on Christmas Day. If you have been blessed by the short reflection, remember to like and share Pathways of Hope to your friends and loved ones. Again, I'm Anya. Thank you, and God bless you.